So up to now we have seen how to create a logo, a business card and a menu or a brochure for our business. Now we'll have a look how to create some sort of a banner. Now this little photo here displays all the typical banners that we can find on web today. So they range from big ones to small ones to really tiny ones. But basically if you have your own web page, you will probably use some of the full banners and some of the little banners and pop under banners to represent your own products and advertise yourself, and then you would use some of the smaller ones to actually put some advertisement from third-party companies that you can advertise on your page. So for our purpose we'll just design this pop under banner, which is the size of 270 by 300, of course 270 by 300 millimeters. And in this tutorial we'll actually go and design this banner for our business, which is the Uncle Tony's Homemade Pizzas. Alright, so let's go ahead and create the new document, and we will use these dimensions as I said before, 270 by 300. So we'll just name it Uncle Tony's banner, and here are the preset values of 720 by 300, and therefore I'll just hit on OK. Alright, the very first thing I would like to do is get out my guidelines and actually mark off my working area, so that will make it a lot easier for me to actually see how everything is going and to make sure that I'm within my guidelines, that my project is within the guidelines. Alright, the next thing is if you go to the snap to, make sure that the snap to guidelines and snap to objects is actually checked. Having done that, we are all ready to start actually inserting and creating our banner. Once again, it's up to person's imagination and I guess graphical design skills to actually design something that he or she likes. So what I will do, keeping this video short, is basically create a nice and clean, in a way modern looking banner that actually displays all the relevant information right here, and will have some images and some colors. And basically once you look at the banner you know what to expect, that it's a pizza company that you can order pizzas and they deliver you pizzas and so on. So basically what I will insert some logos and a few photos here, and then I will adjust them and some text, and that will pretty much be it. Alright, so I went ahead and I inserted or imported some of the photos and pictures that I'm going to be using. Of course there's the logo, Uncle Tony's Homemade Pizzas, and a couple of photos of pizza and some herbs here, because we use herbs to create pizzas. Now what I would like to do is actually keep the white background, therefore all the information will pop out straight to the viewer. And like I said, the most important thing here is to quickly have just one glance and know that we're talking about some homemade pizzas that are actually made and delivered by Uncle Tony's. Now I will resize my logo here, and because basically this is a bitmap, we can edit it and we can apply some different effects to it. So to do that we'll go to bitmaps, and here you'll find all sorts of 3D effects, art strokes, blur, camera and so on. Basically all of these effects that you can apply are pretty self-explanatory, and also you can just go and auto adjust your photo, or you can open a image adjustment lab. So let's give it auto adjust. But straight ahead we can see that it's become a bit more dark and a bit more sharper, if you would. So maybe we'll just keep our Uncle Tony right there for now, and then we'll see how we go about it and how we actually place our logo and where to place it. Now with these pizzas here, what I would like to do is actually align them here, all three of them, and this will in a way create some sort of almost like a border, but only for this portion of our design. So what I would like to do is actually, I'll bring this one here first, something like that, then we'll bring the big Hawaiian one. But you see that once they overlap, there is that white bit that we do not want to. So what we need to do is actually first of all cut just the pizzas out themselves. Now to do that we'll just create a circle And if you remember, starting at the center, if you press Ctrl and Shift, the circle is gonna grow evenly in all directions, so something like this. And once you get to the desired size, you just let go, and there's the circle. So maybe I'll just make it tiny bit, tiny bit smaller. Yeah, something like that. And now what I would do is, having that selected, I'll press shift and select the image at the back and go to intersect, click on it, and now we have just selected our pizza. So I can delete all this. I'll leave this one here and do exactly the same with the other two pizzas. So basically I'm just gonna start from in the middle somewhere, center of my image, which is around here. Press down the shift and the control key on the keyboard and just expand my circle. And then I like to move it a bit to the left and adjust it a bit so we get rid of that white color there as much as we can. Of course, I can use the trace tool and actually trace the exact area that I want to be cut out or cropped, but for now this will do. Alright, so I'll press shift and first I'll pick a pick tool, press shift and click on the back image, and once again go to intersect, and then I'll move my pizza away here so I can delete all this that I do not need anymore. And I'll do exactly the same with the last pizza. Control shift and just draw the circle. There we go. So I'll just adjust it a bit, make it a bit smaller. That's perfect. And once again press shift, click on the image and just go on the intersect, and now I get my intersect pizza. Alright, so what I need to do now is I will place those three pizzas here. I will start with a bigger one, then probably go a bit smaller, something like that, and then the smallest here. Of course you can continue all the way if you like, but just for the purpose of our demonstration I will just show them like this. And actually I will rotate this a bit. Excellent. So now I want to get rid of all these little bits of pizzas or these photos that I do not need in my design, and therefore I can just do what I've done before. I'll just select this, draw a little square, and now I do not have to trace the line, the edge here, because we want to get rid of all of this. The only thing that we really need and really are interested in is the actual pizza that's left on the banner itself. So therefore once I've done that, I can just select this and go back minus the front. There you go, it's gone now. I'll select the second pizza and do exactly the same. I'll draw a square. So the most important thing here is that our square lines up with the edge of the previous one, so we can get a nice straight line here. Once again I'll select this and go back minus the front. There you go, it's gone. And do exactly the same with the last bit. So you can see that right there it says edge, and that's what I'm selecting. That's actually where I'm drawing my shape. And once again we'll select this minus, and this bit here we get rid of as well. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with how that is looking. It gives that authentic homemade kind of style, because we are talking about homemade pizzas after all. And actually I'll just bring this pizza behind, so we can see that this one is overlapping this one, and we'll make this one overlap, we'll make the second one overlap the first one. Now to do that there is two ways. You can either right click on this photo and then go order and then go behind. Once again you'll get a little error, and all you do is you click the object that you wish your object which is selected to be behind of. So we'll go like this, and now this is overlapping there, and maybe we'll just move it a bit more to the right. Like so. Maybe make this one a bit smaller. Alright, that's pretty good. Once again, I'll just chop off these little bits here that I don't need. Alright, there we go. Now that is done. Okay, having done that, I would actually like to do something else now. I would like to have those pizzas placed here as well, so we get that almost symmetrical look. So what I will do is I will group all these three images, these three pizzas together. So I'll click on the first one, then hold my shift key and click on the other two ones, and this icon here, group, Control G, will become available. So I'll just group it all together. And now I would like to create a duplicate, but this time I'm not going to use one of the methods that I used before. Rather, I'm going to use a different method. So I'm going to click with my right mouse button on this group of images, and I'm going to hold that and bring it to where I would like my image to be. When I let go, I'll get this little menu, and I will click on copy here. So there it is. I have just created a duplicate. So once again, first of all, select it, so left click, then right click and drag it to where you want to place it. Let go of the right button or right mouse button and just go copy here. That's another way to actually create a duplicate. Now I would like to rotate this, so double click it and rotate it. That's pretty good. And actually I would like to make sure that it's actually aligned with my guidelines, which in this case is. So if I, for example, place it here, I would like to make sure that this image is sitting right on the edge of my guidelines. And one way of doing that is to actually look at the ruler. So you have the coordinates here. This is the X coordinates, of course, and this is the Y coordinates. So currently this 0, 0 represents this point here, which is actually where my guidelines are placed. So it should be 0, 0, like that. And that's exactly where I would like my image to be. Now I can move it manually, or once again, if I go here, I can actually change the origin of the object. As you can see, for this object, the origin is set to be at the upper right corner. If I click on the lower left corner, sorry, upper left corner, if I go to lower left corner, I'm now selecting this node here, and therefore if I type in my coordinates here as 0, 0 and press enter, that will now align my image right at the bottom left corner. Alright, so we've done that. Now in this case I would have to move my logo around here somewhere, or maybe up at the top and just make it a bit more smaller. Of course, once again, this is up to your own personal likes and what you're trying to achieve with your banner. Now the good idea is, because I have both bottom and upper sort of a border, is to actually insert a border here as well, so it goes all the way. And in this case, maybe it would be nice to just insert the Italian flag. So what I'll do is I'll create an object like this. Now using the object origin again, I'll select the upper left and I will set the value, this value here, so 300 by 0. So our X is going to be 0 and the Y coordinate is going to be 300. Whoops, 300. And there it is. Now it's aligned. And then what I'll do, I'll just make it a bit bigger. And I would like to divide this into 3 equal squares, equal objects, equal length objects. So another way to do that is, because we're dividing, we want to get them equal to because we need to get them in equal lengths. So that's the X axis. We'll divide this value, we'll just divide it by 3, like so. Alright, now we have just one here, but what we can do is that we can just duplicate those 2 times and it should come right to the edge here. So once again, control, we select the object, control, and we click the left mouse button, we hold it, and then the right mouse button, and there it is. And we do it one more time, And so we have created three equal squares, equal dimension squares. All right, so this one is going to be green, this one will keep white, and this one here is going to be red, once again the Italian flag. So basically I'll do pretty much the same down the bottom, or I can insert any other sort of a object that's gonna be like a border. Or what I can actually do is, using the new technique that we have just seen, first of all I would like to select all these three objects and then group them together. And now what I like to do is I would like to duplicate it here. So right click on it, drag it, and just let go, and copy here. So basically I can see that it's pretty much aligned here. So this thing here would be, this node here is placed at minus 0.519. So that's pretty alright. So now that I have created that, maybe I'll just move my pizza logo here, or actually I'll just leave it where it was. I'll center it on the page. And the last thing I would like to do is actually add some information about our business. So I would enter some text, and basically maybe just type, first of all, Uncle Tony's Homemade Pizza. We'll select it, we'll make it a lot bigger, yeah, something like that, and we'll get it to be right justified. Excellent. Maybe later we can change the color as well, and probably we'll put open 7 days here. Maybe we'll change the font size again to something smaller, so maybe we'll go somewhere around 52, and here we'll put phone number, so 1234567 Once again we'll get that to be a lot larger, and actually we'll put telephone number, and now we'll just adjust it so it sits nicely everywhere. So I believe that for this kind of businesses, the most important thing is the telephone number, so therefore we'll just make it very nice and visible, I mean very large and visible, so people will just order pizza. And we'll put 7 days, open 7 days here somewhere. Uncle Tony's will adjust here to be in line with our logo, and we'll make sure that this is aligned here. And we can also put that it's that there is a free delivery. So to do that, we'll actually create another so-called banner. So to do that, you can go here to the banner shape tools, and if you click on it, you'll get a new menu up here. So here you will get perfect shapes menu, and then you'll get what sort of a line do you want, so whether you want it to be a full line or just any sort of a dashed line like so. Of course you can set the width of the outline, and if you click here you'll get perfect shapes. So maybe we'll go with something like this. So I'll just go bang like so, and just let's remove the telephone number, put it down here somewhere for now, and here we would put text free delivery. So let's give it some color, make it a bit bigger, or basically you can choose any other shape here, or you can customize your shape. So we have something like this as well, but I think we'll go with this one here, and we'll just write free delivery. Alright, we'll select this text, we'll make it a bit bigger, and of course we'll give it some different color, so maybe white. And now we can make this smaller, make it sit right under the free delivery text. red like that. Or maybe just make it yellow, for example, and give it white outline. And now I'll group this together. So I'll click on the text, I'll click on the image, and I'll just go group. And now basically we can move this together anyway. Alright, we'll leave this telephone number here, and also I had another photo here, herbs, so we'll put herbs here somewhere. So maybe something like this, or maybe put it where the green is, so now I'll put it here. Like so. And this free delivery we'll actually put around here somewhere, and we'll rotate it a bit. It's pretty cool. Alright, so something like this. Alright, now we can change the font. So maybe we'll go Uncle Tony's let's go green. Open 7 days, we'll make it red. And the telephone number will make it, well, let's make it red as well, so it goes well with this red and this red here. So basically this is how you would create a banner for your business. Of course you can use all the techniques and all the tools once again that we have used before, and basically it's just up to your desire and up to your graphical skills and the desired need to actually create a banner that's looking something that you would like it to look. Apart from that, we have actually seen how to create the new duplicates. Once again, we have seen how to actually get rid of the portions of the photos we do not wish, or a picture. Also, we have seen how we can divide one big element into small elements. So for example, we had one big element here, then we divided it by 3, we got this green portion here, then we copied it out and we duplicated it, and we actually created three objects which are exactly the same size. Pretty easy. Also, we have seen how we can align photos, so aligning this to the bottom here using the object origin and changing the actual values where the object is placed. Also in this tutorial we introduced the basic shapes here and the perfect shapes here. So basically you can choose any sort of a shape here. If you go to, for example, flowcharts, you will get different flowcharts here as well, different objects for your flowcharts. Or if you go to callout shapes, you will get different callout shapes. So maybe we could have just inserted this and set free delivery or something. But basically this is how you would set up your banner, following the guidelines from the first picture we had, the usual sizes of the banner for the web page. Then you would put your graphical representation, and at the end you would probably go and put your text. And basically that's how you would use the tools we have seen and we have used, and also the techniques we have seen and used to create a banner for your business.